Hey, boys and girls, Jonathan from GoFast Solutions.
Ben Rudnick here.
From GoFast Solutions.
GoFast Solutions.
We're here in your GoFast Solutions live video on Wednesday. Enough with that. So, what's up, guys?
We're back at the underground GoFast bunker doing our Facebook Wednesdays.
Exactly. So, just want to say thank you. Benny, what the hell are we calling today?
I think today's going to be Started Up Wednesday.
I wonder why.
Yeah, we'll probably tie that one in a little later.
Yeah, so we'll like Ben said, we'll tie it in. We'll tell you why we're calling it Started Wednesday. Don't forget, temperature outside is dropping. Start thinking remote starters mentally, guys. Some of you guys have called me and hey, what can I do for gift giving? You're thinking way ahead of Christmas. Let's talk about winter.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Winter's here.
Yep.
Well, not yet, but it's coming.
That's close enough. I think we're getting like a little break in the action. I looked at the temperature gauge in the car and it said 65 today, and I'm like, are we back at the summertime again? But we know this is short-lived. I don't know exactly what the weekend it has in store for us, but I think it's pretty much temperatures downhill from here. I've been getting some pictures of some snow in some different areas, so it's happening. It's happening. We know what time of the year it is.
It's already been frosty in some locations too. You literally sit, you get it up in the morning, you look outside, you're like, I wish I had a starter because everything's frozen.
Oh, even worse, you don't notice till you're already walking outside. You're already running behind, and next thing you know, okay, get the credit card out or whatever you have. You're like, where's that scraper? We've all been there. We know what the deal is. But your customers aren't going to have to worry about that because you're going to be doing starters for them.
Exactly. So make sure you have stock. Make sure you have stock. Once again, make sure you have stock. We've already seen what happens in previous years. You know what I mean? It's not our fault. Manufacturers do tend to run out of goods. So please make sure you have a good stock. Talk to your sales reps about, briefly about a starter program and all the good stuff that we got going on. So that way, you get yourself loaded up for the season.
Yeah, we got stuff in the barn right now. So make sure your barns are loaded and, like Jonathan said, ready to roll once those customers come in. But before we get into that, because I think we're going to get a little deeper into that in a little bit, we do have some housekeeping items to go over. So I'm going to blast through a couple. Jonathan's going to take a couple. We're going to try to keep this a little bit shorter because we got a lot more stuff to go over this week. But Sony's got their promos still going. So again, we're not going to beat this dead horse anymore. You guys know the deal at this part. Demo car build-up is still going on. So make sure, get some info on that. Now again, this is all mobile ES focused stuff, but demo car build-off, display board promo, and then the Buy More, Save More ES bundles are still live. Some of those are going to be wrapping up at the end of November. Some of them are going right past the first of the year. But if you're not aware of them and you're an ES dealer, let us know. We got to make sure you have that info.
Correct. And also another promo that's going on that's ending this Monday. Guys, ends this Monday. The SiriusXM promo, buy 5, get 1 free. Once again, you buy 5 tuners, you get 1 free. Ends this Monday. So make sure to get a hold of your sales rep now till Friday, because come Monday, it's gone. Don't ask for it. Don't know about it. Sorry, you should have bought it when it was buy 5, get 1 free before the sale ended.
Yeah, and we don't like to just pull stuff away from you guys. That's not how GoFast does it. We don't just like to take promos away. So we also are introducing our holiday deal of the day emails. Now, most of you are already seeing this, or at least a lot of you are, because we're already getting calls on it. We've had them going for the past couple days. But Monday through Friday, keep an eye out. We're going to be doing a special deal of the day. Email that comes out, very, very, very aggressive promotions, which is why we can only run them one day. So make sure you check, give us a call early on. There could be limited supplies on some of these things, so it's going to be a first come, first serve basis, but make sure you get out to us. And again, that's going to be Monday through Friday, so be checking that email.
So can I make a statement? Guys, Ben told you, Monday through Friday, check your email. It is a 1-day sale. It isn't a week-long sale. It isn't a 2 weeks from down the road. Oh, I saw that email. Can you give me that pricing? No, it's a 1-day sale. That's it. No and nors or buts. This is to give you guys a benefit to stock up on certain SKUs, to make a little extra money for the holiday season. So make sure you stock up on the specials. There's going to be one every day, Monday through Friday, from now till when exactly are we going to do it?
We're just going to keep this. We're going to keep this rolling at this point in time. So you're going to have to watch your email to find out when this thing is over. But again, the big thing is we're trying to get out in front. We know what's happening. Again, Jonathan's got his Christmas countdown going already, but Black Friday is coming. That's when a lot of people are going to be storming
Cyber
those
Monday.
doors, trying to go in. So you want to have stuff locked and loaded. So we want to make sure we're giving you some different opportunities every day leading up to that. And again, can't stress it enough. These are one-day only sales, and you guys will know why. Once you actually see the promotions in there, you're going to see some pricing that is pretty darn aggressive. A lot of bundles in there. You'll understand why we can't just offer these things out overall. You want GoFast to be here. If we're offering these prices out every day, day in, day out, we're not doing too well in terms of profitability on these. No. These are for you guys, so make sure you are checking these things out.
So a lot of guys, you understand that GoFast always, pays attention and takes care of our dealers. So this is a way for us to take care of you. So don't expect this pricing going forward. Don't expect this pricing tomorrow. You know what I mean? This is not something that we make money on. This is something that we're providing to you, so that way you have a special. You guys make a little bit more money. You know what I mean? And think of, hey, GoFast is always taking care of us. The GoFast team, GoFast boys, has always taken care of us. Has always, given us some wicked deals. Make sure you take advantage of that.
Yeah, we're trying to help you create some cash flow, some additional sales over the winter season, so you can then take that money and, hey, maybe even spend more with us later on as well. You got to keep that cash flow generating. So
it's a rotating door.
Yep, it's a nice little teamwork right there we have there.
Also, guys, we have some unadvertised head unit specials from all your favorite manufacturers: Sony, Kenwood, JVC, and Alpine. So make sure to get with your sales rep. We do have some specials going on right now. It's unadvertised, too low to list. And just want to make sure that, you guys always keep in contact with your salesperson, because we do some of these blitz sales, once in a while. And we're not going to advertise it. We're not going to blast it out. We're not going to send an email. We're not going to send a text message. Whatever you want, it's not going to happen. Get with your sales rep.
Yep, enough said on that one. I think we got the graphic up already, but there is something else that's going to be going on. Not necessarily GoFast sponsored, but it's something that GoFast is very, very close with. And one of our associates, maybe somebody that's standing right next to me, also very, very closely associated with, but the Mobile Electronics Association Industry Awards 2023.
Yes.
Even though it's for 2022, but it's announced in 2023. You guys would get it, but that's going to be going on right now.
So can I make a statement? So there's going to be 2 awards, obviously, that we're running for. We're going to be running for Distributor of the Year, and we're also going to be running for Rep of the Year. I've submitted myself this year again for it. So, definitely show some love. Definitely hit the vote button for both of us. That'd be awesome. It will be announced in Vegas this next year. I was gonna say this year.
Yeah. So quick rundown. So the semifinalists are going to be announced on October 30th. So I think that is Saturday or Sunday. So over this weekend, those are going to be announced. Voting is going to open November 3rd, and it's going to go through November 13th. So that's when you're going to submit those ballots in for GoFast and for Jonathan. So again, limited time on there to get your vote counted. So make sure you go out there, be proactive. It's like voting season for other stuff too, like politics and stuff that we're not going to talk about. So everybody's in the voting mood, so get out there and vote. Finalists are going to be announced on the 18th, so that's why it's very important to get out there between the 3rd and the 13th. And then the winner's going to be selected on December 14th. Like Jonathan said, over in Las Vegas at K-Fest on February 5th, that's when the awards are going to be given out. But if you didn't know, we have our reigning Rep of the Year right here.
Appreciate it, guys.
And also reigning Distributor of the Year. So let's see if we can't go ahead and put in some repeats there.
Exactly. It's an honor. Honestly, it's an honor to be part of that list from the distributor section, and also being the Rep of the Year last year was a great honor. Thank you all the people that voted for me. You guys are awesome. Let's see if we could do it again this year. It's going to be a little bit fiercer this year, but that's all right. I'm cool with it.
Hey, and you want to know what? Again, I get the honor of working next to this guy. I mean, he's got his own office over here, big time in it. So maybe not right next to him, but you can hear him through walls. You can see it. Every year, Jonathan keeps stepping his game up. So again, last year he was rep of the year. He's a better version of him than he was last year, so I think it's in the bag if you're asking me.
No.
But again, a lot of great reps out there. Again, support your favorite rep, support your favorite distributor, and go out there and make sure you vote during those times.
Correct. And let's recap a little bit what happened this past weekend.
Ooh, yes. So we're going to be motioning into our Vendor of the Week spotlight, which is going to be Firstech. So this past weekend, Camping World Truck Series at the Homestead Miami Speedway, Ryan Priest in the number 17 truck had a nice new design. I don't know if everybody saw it.
Yep.
I think we might be throwing some graphics up at some point in time, but Breast Cancer Awareness Month is October. So we had a really cool, I think, in another
pink and black car.
I was going to say another live that we did. It's like a Miami Vice type look. I think that was like the best description. I think it was awesome looking. But a new sponsor on the hood, and that was our friends CompuStar, one of the brands under the Firstech banner.
Correct. So Ryan Priest, do you want to get a little bit more into Ryan Priest's, he did an awesome job this past weekend. Really showed out the Race Choice truck, and then also showed out, the CompuStar truck came from last to finish fourth. Last place to finish fourth. I think that's amazing. We're showing on the screen how the truck looks. It's definitely was an exciting race to see for all you fans there. I know that there was a couple of dealers at the race, and hopefully you guys got to see that exciting race, because I know I did.
Yeah, and Ryan Priest, I think we might be seeing him stepping up to the big leagues next year. So that's awesome to have that as a partner with another great brand, CompuStar Firstech.
Correct.
So awesome if you didn't see it. And that's on Fox Sports 1 as well. So that was some nice national exposure that they got.
Just want to say thank you, Ryan Priest. Thank you, CompuStar. Thank you, obviously, us, the Race Choice. We definitely kill it. And you guys, thank you, CompuStar, once again for being a sponsor of the truck. You guys are awesome. But we're going to segue that onto Brand of the Week.
Yeah, so much like our previous weeks, when we do a spotlight, we like to do an ad that comes out. So on top of those Deal of the Day ads, you're going to see a Firstech ad that actually was out yesterday. So make sure you check that. The back email. If you didn't, a lot of stuff in there. We're going to go over real quick. So one of the first things that we had, we were offering on all-in-one. I'm going to call this a New Start analog digital hybrid bundle. I think it's kind of called an analog, but this stuff is a little bit more of a hybrid.
Yeah.
So all in one price if you buy 1-to-1 blade and a couple of these brains.
Correct. So let me. So what does Ben mean by analog hybrid technology? So it's not a full digital platform, but it's not a full analog platform either. Meaning that obviously you've got these modular brains which you can slide in your bypass, a blade. And it goes from analog for those easy vehicles, Honda Civics, Toyotas, etc., that don't need a bypass. You just install that in, to now Dodge, Chrysler, you got Fiat. It goes on and on the list, where you need a little bit, low current harnesses. It's more of a digital module. It converts it, instead of using high current harnesses, you're using low current harnesses. On top of that, you can also use T harnesses with all their CS 900 brains, also CMX brains. So that's the reason why it's called analog, hybrid setup, because it's technically a digital brain also, where you can use T harnesses, make it work. There's got a lot of plug and play T harnesses for it. Some of the easier T harnesses on the market for it.
And actually, let me jump in there real quick. The T harnesses, that's something that's been out for a couple years now, so it's not brand new for this year, but it's not something that was, I think, adopted as well as it could have been. This year, that stuff's starting to ramp up, so you don't have to just be in a full digital platform to be able to do T harnesses now. So if you've got a lot of 900 series brains in stock, we're already helping you load up, and you didn't know you could do T harnesses with those. That's a really cool point.
Yeah, so 900 series brains, T harnesses, CMXs, T harnesses, DC3s, T harnesses, iData starts, T harnesses, but all can be used as a regular analog, bypass. So the DC3s and also the iData start pieces come with built-in bypasses into them. when I talk about these pieces, it's gonna be, think of Subarus, some that require 2 bypass modules. Well, these have 3 bypass modules built into them, so you don't need 2 bypass modules. They'll work. So this will work. DC3 will work. No needing to scrounge around looking for a Blade AL and a CA. It's all in one into the module.
Yep. And again, we call those ones all in one because it's going to give you the brain. It does give you the bypass, but it gives you the brain, it gives you all the wiring, and then it gives you a remote. We have another bundle that's going on right now, and it's a little bit more modulated. I heard Jonathan say that word in there before. So our next digital bundle is going to be a DC3 paired up with a select T-harness. With a select RF kit for one great cost. So you're getting a nice sale on those.
So the good thing about that is, think about it. DC3, 1 box. You can use it as a high current, low current harness with additional harnesses, obviously, that you need to buy for that. Or you can use it with a T harness. They make T harnesses from Audis, BMWs, all the way down to, your typical Hondas, your Chryslers, Subarus. So they make a bunch of T harnesses for it. It's modular because if the customer comes back and says, "Hey, Ben, I want to add an alarm to this." Well, guess what? You just add an FT alarm kit, turn on, the portion of the alarm on the DC3 brain. Now you have yourself an alarm starter. Instead of ripping things down and going, "Oh, I have to reinstall a whole new unit." This is more modular. That's why this is more of a digital platform. With the analog hybrid systems, you technically have to pull that brain out, and pull out the wires and reinstall alarm starter if the customer comes back and wants it. Now, the CMX is a little bit different. The CMX is, once again, a hybrid system, but it will work on automatic cars, standard cars, manual cars. So it does, work with the DAS too. It does come default as a starter only system, but if you add the FT alarm kit, now you can do alarm starter system, and they work flawless. Their DAS system, I've tested it out myself. I've put my car in gear. I started it, and it moved like maybe a half inch, and it killed the starter. So if you guys are hesitant on doing manual transmission units, take a look at the CMX. Talk to your sales rep. It is 100% fail-safe. Well,
Yep.
Nothing's 100%. It's like 99.9%.
As close as you're going to get.
Yeah. So don't be afraid of doing a standard transmission vehicle because that piece is bad.
Yeah, so again, we were going with, originally we talked about the analog systems. That's, again, going to be pretty easy if you're redoing the same solution over and over again. Maybe you have a dealership that you're working with. Maybe in your area, customers only request one thing, and you have, a majority of your sales are going to be through one SKU, and they know what kind of remotes we're going to get. We know what kind of brain we need. That's awesome. If you want more flexibility, that's when the modulated pieces really come in handy. You can select the RF kit. You can select whether the customer wants to use a T-harness or whether they want to hardwire it. Again, do you want it to be a combo? Do you want it to be just a starter? You've got a ton of options with this. So a lot of shops will strategize that way as well. If you like to go more a la carte, you're really, really good at upselling customers, or you're just really, really focused on making sure each individual customer gets their best solution, that's another way to look. Nope, go ahead.
I'm going to skip onto that and then jump onto we kind of messed this all up because we were supposed to talk about, first this and then go that way. So let's talk about their basic analog units. Well, technically it's not basic because it's an analog hybrid unit. So New Start, CompuStart, Arctic Start, they all make, these beautiful remotes. They come in as, 4-button remote start. Once again, waterproof. So dump this in a bucket of water, leave it in there. You can pull it out, it'll still work. They also make a 1-button. Now you can get the 1 button in 1-way, 1 button in 2-way. Now this happens to be the 2-way remote start. So 1 button hit, you lock, 2 times, you unlock, press and hold, you start the vehicle. And it'll confirm when the vehicle starts. And it'll make it'll chirp, it'll make a noise saying, "Hey, this vehicle's on," and then you'll see the lights flash once in a while telling you it's still on. So CompuStart does make that in a couple different bundles. They're 1-way bundles, and then we have the 2-way bundle also for both 4-button and 1-button. All remote, let's not say all remotes. All their entry-level units are waterproof. So you can take this remote, dump it in a toilet bowl, whatever you want to do. Yeah, oh, I jumped it. It's happened to me. I've taken my keys out and it's fell in a toilet bowl. Thank God I didn't leave a little extra floating donut in there. But, I reached in, washed it out, and it still worked. So, yeah, definitely take a look at these remotes. Awesome, awesome units. Kind of jumping over here also. So they have two different modules. They have a Blade AL, and then they have an ADS ALCA. If you guys have not seen the Blade AL, these actually are cartridges that slide into the brain. So that's what makes them modular, makes the brains modular. That's why we say it's a hybrid, because you're technically not attaching the bypass externally, you're attaching it internally, and it's literally a blade.
Yeah, basically sliding that blade into that brain now makes that a digital solution for all intents and purposes.
Correct. And then we also have in stock CompuStar gift cards. I know that you guys have always asked about wanting to give gift cards out to your customers. Some of you do papers that look pretty funky. Whatever the case is, talk to your sales rep about the gift cards. We have them in CompuStar. We have them in New Start. And the gift cards basically look like this. You scan the barcode in the back. You put it in your computer system, saying, hey, Mr. Customer paid for a full installation, basic 1-button, 4-button, that's it, door locks, whatever else you want to put on that sales receipt. You hand the customer the gift card. When they give it off as a gift, come back to get it installed. They make an appointment with you. You just take your scanner, you scan it. It pops up on the screen, paid for basic 1-button remote starter. And I'm going to give you a hint what we used to do at my retail store. So a customer would come in and say, hey, I want a basic 1-button remote starter. Paid for, it's a gift, blah, blah, blah. You give them that, okay? You give them the gift card, you give them the receipt. It's always a benefit to you guys. It costs you nothing to stock these remote kits. So CompuStar makes also remote kits. CompuStar, New Start, Arctic Start. Remote kits, all put them on the peg hook. And now look at your customer and go, Mr. Customer, this has already been paid for as a gift. What if I can upcharge you to either a drone or I can upcharge you to longer range with 2-way? Take a look at these remotes in my peg hook and see which one you like. It's only going to be $150 extra. 99%. Well, now that's a high number.
If Jonathan's selling to him, maybe
90% of the time, guys are going to be like, you know what? That makes sense. This has already been paid for. I don't have to pay for nothing extra. All I got to do is this: buy a remote kit. And you, as the retailer, now you're making money because A, you're selling a product, B, installation, it's going to take you seconds to install, and C, you make money, they're happy with better range, and now upsell.
Yeah, and that's awesome. Again, going back to the gift card idea, it's tough. Customers come in, they buy stuff, they want to have something to put under the tree or, to give as a gift. They want something to wrap up and hand to somebody. But we all know what happens when you go ahead, beautiful package.
Beautiful box.
But we know what happens when you give the customer either the remote start unit itself or you give them the bypass. Everybody tries something different, but it's inevitable that somebody's going to come in, say, I'm here for my appointment, and then you're going to say, all right, well, where's that unit that you had? And they'd be like, oh, I left it at home, or oh, they never gave it to me. They said that it was just a gift.
Or point on that is what we used to have a lot of problems with was customer opens it up, be like, oh, this is cool, yeah, this is nice. Oh, all right, yeah, they start taking stuff out. They start taking stuff out, and they kind of forget to put it back in the box, and they bring you a box, and all you got is either a remote or you got just a brain. And now you have no wires, no nothing. You're like, well, Mr. Customer, this is missing stuff. So that stops the it from happening. So make sure gift cards, I'd rather do gift cards, gift receipts, whatever the case is. It's nice to wrap something up. It'd be nice to wrap this up, you know what I mean? So that way it's nice and clean and you don't have parts missing.
Yeah, help with inventory management. Again, that kind of stuff gets important. We're going to be high velocity this time of the year, so having a little process there is going to be awesome.
That stops it also from you having to buy extra parts that you didn't need to buy originally because they lost the parts.
Yep, there you go.
So make sure gift cards. I know we're talking a lot about different things, but I just wanted to touch base. They're 2-way product, all right? They're LED 2-way, meaning 4-button or 1-button. Remote starter all-in-one hybrid system is also 3,000 feet of range. Their basic units, the basic 4-button unit and 1-button, are going to be 1,500 feet of range. waterproof still, so same still unit. Jump to the iData Start pieces. So iData Start makes 4 different kits. That's it, 4. All right. It includes the brain, the wires, and then you have a 4-button unit, or a 1-button unit, either one way or 2-way. Now let me tell you what's a little unique about this. 3,000 feet range on the one-way systems. That's pretty bizarre.
Yeah, you said 1,500. That's 3,000.
3,000.
Doubling up range.
Brain already includes the bypasses. It's got, I think, 2 or 3 built-in bypasses. So once again, those Subarus, no longer an issue to need 2 bypasses.
Dual cam vehicles, no problem.
This will do it. You've got these nice slick remotes. We didn't open one up to show you, but they are very, very slick. Now, what the 2-way does, which I would tell you, check your emails because we have a special on the 2-ways. The 2-way is the same features of these, but doesn't just include one 2-way. It's 2 2-ways.
2 2-ways.
So you get 2 LED 2-way remotes for the price of one. And if you check your emails, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's a deal going on, so make sure you get some of these.
Yeah, huge deal. Now, again, each of the different sub-brands within Firstech do something a little different. So New Start, I'll give you on their 2-way system, is going to give you one 2-way remote, and it's going to give you a companion remote. So again, somebody that wants to have a backup at the house, they're the main driver, they really want that 2-way, but just in case something happens, maybe they dropped it in the toilet and forgot to take it out and flushed it. They want to have that backup so that they can still start their car in the morning. So there's something great there. CompuStar and Arctic Star do something a little bit different with their 2-way systems. They include a drone. So this is the drone X1 LTE that's in there. They also offer an X1 Max, but an X1 LTE is inside that package.
Can I also talk about how modular they are?
Yeah.
So they have a bunch of remote kits. Like I said, you can hook them up on the peg hook. Always hook them up so that way when the customer comes in, brings their receipt, their gift certificate, you have them on the hook. They go from one way. All right, they're all their little 1-button, 4-button 1-ways. They go to 1-button with drone, 4-button with drone LED. Then it jumps up to, I think, 2 or 3 different series of 2-ways. When CompuStar form, you're going to have to buy the 2-way, so it's either going to be LED or LCD, but it comes with a drone. If you buy the New Start version, currently New Start only has 2-way LED and 1-way regular, remotes. That doesn't come with drones. So make sure you understand that also.
Yeah, so again, a customer that's maybe just looking for something a little more basic, isn't going to necessarily utilize their phone. You see maybe somebody that's a little bit older, somebody not so technologically inclined, maybe somebody with an iPhone 6 that isn't really looking to utilize the last little bit of juice left in that phone for anything other than calls. You've got a great option in New Start. Again, you see the techie person come in, you know that they're going to want to start with their phone. They're using their phone for everything. Bam, it's a great solution. Still gives them a 2-way so that they can still utilize a remote just in case the phone isn't handy for whatever reason. Only one of them. No companion remote. The drone is the companion with that one. And then like Jonathan was saying, for somebody that has maybe a shared vehicle, you got 2 people in the family that use the same vehicle, or you're like, no way, I've had a 2-way, I'm never going back to a 1-way, so I want my backup to be a 2-way. That's where iData Start comes in, because they're going to give you 2 remotes in the box. If it's a 2-way system, both of them are going to be 2-ways.
And I know it's a lot to talk about, but unfortunately, guys, the CompuStar, New Start, Arctic Start remotes will not work with iData Start pieces. They're locked in specifically to iData Start pieces, so make sure if you need additional remotes, you talk to your sales rep and buy additional remotes for the iData Start units only, because they will not work. Now, that's not to say with drone. Drone now will plug into the iData Start piece and will work flawlessly because it is made together to work with each other. So like Ben said, a lot of people have gone with cell phones. Everybody wants some little gimmicks. Now you got lights that turn on with your cell phone. You got your car lights that turn on, your home lights, your home thermostats. I could go on and on how everybody's going with the cell phone as your source, because you always have it in your hand. Unfortunately, I don't have mine right now in my hand. But yeah, always have it in your hand. What easier thing to do than just start your car with your cell phone?
Yeah, and again, this is not going to be me saying this. This is going to be me reiterating things that I've heard from the dealer base. So you guys, but the drone is the fastest responding telematics unit that's out there. So lightning fast as well. So if you got to start, you're running a little behind, you got to start that car, you got no time. You got to get that car unlocked and go, boom. Almost instantly, that thing is going to respond. So really, really cool with the drone as well.
I know this morning I was running a little late. I had to hit that start button, and it started right up, and I'm like, yeah.
So we know Jonathan mentioned that the remotes will not cross over, but if you've got T-harnesses in stock, the T-harnesses will cross over from a DC3 to the iData Start. And that brings us into our next bundle. One of the other things that Firstech does very, very well, one of the only companies that does it, is working on a lot of European vehicles.
Correct.
So we're doing a promo specifically based around the CMB MXAO, which is going to be for BMWs, Mercedes, Mini Coopers. I think there might be a couple other like Dodge Sprinters went before
Freightliner, older Freightliners. Yep.
So a lot of stuff in there. You buy this, and you buy any one of the T-harnesses that go with it, a BM1, BZ1, BZ2, BZ3, or BZ4. We're going to get it to you at one nice, great price. And Jonathan's going to explain a little bit more, but the one nice thing with these systems here, very, very easy to install. Sometimes getting to the wiring could be a little difficult depending on the vehicle, but very, very easy install.
Almost plug and play, like not even a wire you have to snip.
Exactly. So huge opportunities because there's a high demand. A lot of cars that were out on the market didn't have a solution for a long time, so there's still a lot of cars out there that would be able to take advantage of this, but it's also one of the few subsets of vehicles that you can still get a pretty good, healthy dollar amount for. It doesn't get whittled down, unfortunately, as quickly as some of the more basic installs do.
Understand, guys, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, you buy those cars for 50 plus grand, maybe even more now because of obviously everything going on, and you get a premium. Oil changes on those cars are sub $200+ to do oil changes on those cars. And guess what? It's a premium. There's a reason why it's a premium, because it's a premium car. It's built a little different. It's built a little bit more catered to the dealerships. So why don't you just make a premium on yourself when you're installing a remote starter? Just make sure you check out idatalink.compustar.com for all the T-harnesses on the premium vehicles, meaning Mercedes-Benz, BMWs, Hondas, Dodge, Toyota, Kia, Hyundai, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, and again, this setup right here is going to be out of the box 3 times locked. So with this bundle, you really don't need anything else other than a flasher. But
you can add an Easy Go.
You can upgrade into these. You can upgrade an Easy Go, or easiest bet, a 2-way system.
Correct.
I'm not going to try to get too technical, but if you try to attach a 1-way system, you need an intermediary piece, which you won't need if you need 2-way. So these are Mercedes, these are BMW. These guys don't want 1-ways anyways. They're going to want telematics. They're going to want 2-ways. So easy upgrade. Again, just like Jonathan was saying, it's a great option to offer out as a gift card. Somebody buys it, sell them the basic system. When the customer comes back in, just like Jonathan was going into the spiel, you start offering them out all the 2-way options that can go with it.
So last thing I want to talk about, because I kind of skipped over, like I said, we jumped everywhere today. Instead of us being in a flow, we kind of just jumped everywhere, and I kind of missed it. But CompuStar has a new Easy Go 2, and it's pretty cool. So think of older vehicles. You want to do telematic opening and closing. You know, you get close to the vehicles. The new thing is, you touch the handle, vehicle unlocks, and you get in the car, hit the start button, and go. The cool thing about the Easy Go 2 is it adds that proximity unlock to analog vehicles, meaning vehicles that don't have a push button start. You have to still put the key in the ignition and turn it. The Easy Go gives you 100 feet of range. As you get close to the vehicle, you get close to the vehicle and touch it, it unlocks the vehicle. When you start walking away, it unlocks the vehicle. It's kind of like a no-brainer. Also comes with a cool button on the remote itself, so that way you can lock and unlock it manually if you wanted to. It gives you 100 feet range of distance, and also a start button on that one remote. And the battery lasts 18 months. So I think that's awesome. It is remote manual transmission safe. So when you hit the button press and hold the button on the little proximity sensor, it will unlock it. Downfall of this piece is that it is not a daisy chain unit. So unfortunately, if you put, let's say, a 925 in there or a NU3204, you could either choose remote or proximity, because it's going to take the port from the remote port. So
Yeah, so gonna take the remote port, but one thing it does not take is the drone port. So you could still give the customer proximity ability, and if they want some extended range, again, if that 100 feet effective range is not enough for them, and they want something more, again, to Jonathan's point, you can't do another remote kit with it, but you don't need to. You're going to sell them a drone, you're going to put that in there, and now they're going to have unlimited range for starting, unlocking, stopping, tracking, all that kind of cool stuff. But then when they're going up to the car, they're not going to have to worry about locking. Now, Jonathan had mentioned it does proximity unlock. It will do proximity locking as well, but it's only on selected brains. But it's the CMX brain and then the CM9 brain, the CM9 alarm brain.
Should have mentioned that. Sorry about that.
So you do get it on there, but if you're installing this and you're wondering why the thing is not locking when you're walking away, make sure that you know that that's a feature that's only available on certain brains. And I don't know if you mentioned, but manual transmission.
Yeah, I did mention
well.
manual.
So again, that's when you're when you have the manual transmission vehicles like myself, you have to go through setting.
2006 Acura TSX.
Yeah, it's why am I drawing a blank on the name? But you basically have to make sure that
it's in reserve mode.
Reservation mode.
Reservation
there we go.
mode.
So that's what I was struggling to come up with on a Wednesday morning. But you have to do that on there. At least you don't have to go and now unlock your vehicle when you're coming up.
So can I make a statement before I forget about reservation mode? So things that we need to keep in mind. iData start pieces will not work in manual transmission. The DC3 starter kit will not work on manual transmission. The only one that currently works on manual transmission is the CMX HC from CompuStar, the brain. So you can add any one of the remotes, New Start, CompuStart, Arctic Start, etc., on those brains. Something you have to keep in mind though with that is that just because it doesn't list it on iDataLink as a bypass, it only says automatic only. You get that Jeep Wrangler that comes in your shop, it's manual transmission. Guess what? iDataLink may not support it because obviously they only support automatic, so that's what it's going to show up. But if you use a CMX HC with a blade and a DAS2, it will support it. It supports 99% of the vehicles out there that are manual transmission. So please just, if you have a little confusion on if it does or doesn't, please get a hold of your sales rep. They'll explain a little bit more to you.
Yeah, and last thing on the Easy Go, and this was a really cool thing, again, talking with a couple of dealers yesterday, because some guys got out early and saw this ad, so some of these things are already going right now. But it's a really cool option for somebody that's got an older vehicle that's kind of looking for the options that you get on the newer push to starts. So I'm sure you guys have gotten asked for that. How can I change my key ignition to a push to start? You probably get that occasionally, but a lot of times people with the push to starts are really taking advantage of proximity. So again, you're saving the customer $50,000, $100,000. Hey, let's refresh that vehicle you got. You don't got to go and buy a brand new vehicle to get the proximity. Come down, see me. I'll put a remote starter in the car. We'll get you proximity while we're there.
Your 92 Honda Civic with power door locks, guess what? Can get
Bada
proximity
bing,
now.
bada boom.
So definitely, boys and girls, thank you. Are we gonna give something away today? Or?
Yeah, I think we got a couple things left to give away in Santa's old.
Dude, you are having a brain fart today.
I'm just trying to be careful with my words here.
Bag, like brown bag.
Well, I was going to say Santa's sack, but that could be. Never mind.
Beep.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
sorry. Most of these people got dirty brains watching this show. I have to be very careful now.
So we're gonna give some stuff away. We're gonna do an installer pack for the CompuStar. Once again, thank you Firstech for being a premier brand that sponsored this week's.
Sponsor the Facebook Live. I mean, they sponsor MX22, sponsor the Winter Summit, sponsor of Ryan Priest,
the race
number 17
race truck.
Right,
this weekend.
17 trucks.
So we definitely support all you. We definitely appreciate all your support, guys.
Absolutely. So yeah, I think we got a lot of Firstech dealers out there. A lot of them are probably going to be part of our little spinny wheel of, I was going to say wheel of death, but it's like wheel of joy, wheel of giveaway.
But what do we got? Autumn leaves. Yeah, we wonder why we got leaves. Everything's turning yellow, bright colors, yellow, red, pink. So understood why it's autumn leaves right there. And guess what that means? Winter, guys. And let's spin this wheel.
Whoa.
It's going.
Alexander Dixon, if you are a Firstech user already, you're getting yourself an installer pack.
Get with your sales rep. Obviously, tell them that you won this week's installer pack, and we'll get it out on your next order.
Yep.
So, boys and girls, thank you for joining us. I know this one was kind of long-winded. There was a lot to talk about. Usually is when you talk about starters, just because there's so much involved in all these newer vehicles and older vehicles. Technology keeps changing a day in and day out, so make sure you keep up to the forefront. That's why we say, and I personally say to all my dealers, if you aren't at these trainings, at these expos, at these, dealer trainings, etc., don't ask us questions that you could have learned at those trainings. You know what I mean? Don't ask me what module, fits with this remote starter, because I'm just going to tell you the basic, Blade AL. That fits everything. So please make sure you do some research yourself, go to the trainings, and get your learn on, because this is an important time for all of us, not just for GoFast, but also you as retailers. This is where we make the money in the bank.
Yep. And then remember, we've got Mobile Electronics Association Industry Awards. Voting starts on November 3rd, so make sure you get out there, rock the vote for us. And then, much like we do at the end after we do our giveaway, we got a little interview. I believe it was Danny Fellers with Bob Hernandez from the Mobile Expo 2022. We'll let them take us away until next week.
Later, boys and girls.
When the bass drop.
Mobile Expo 2022, I'm at the Firstech booth with Danny Fellers, none other than Danny Fellers. Danny, thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Firstech, you guys are the happy hour sponsor. Every year, you're a happy hour sponsor. Every year, you guys put on a fantastic training, usually the most attended trainings that we do. Tell us a little bit about what's new with Firstech this year and what's exciting.
I think we have a couple of exciting products. I actually brought one with me. So this is going to be a new product that we're going to be launching here hopefully by the end of the month, but don't quote me to that. But this is the new M7. So this is going to be our newest dash camera. One of the key features of this M7 is the way we redid the wire management system into the actual mount. So if you can get a close-up right there, how you see so this makes it a lot cleaner installation when you're putting it on the rearview mirror, right? So you don't have all those wires kind of in the way. Another beautiful thing about the new M7 is that this is a 3-channel camera. So instead of the traditional two channels where it comes with the front and rear camera, this will have an optional third camera input where you can utilize our IC6 interior camera.
Wow.
So you can run all 3 cameras at once.
Wow.
Perfect for like any type of like Lyft or Uber drivers if they want to like kind of see what's happening on the outside and the inside. One of the things about our cameras that makes us different from others is we have a parking mode. So when you shut down the ignition, the cameras they're still running, right? So you want to know if someone ever tampers with your vehicle while you're away from it. So we changed the way that we record in parking mode, and we're now using radar to do that, which then in turn it saves a lot of power draw from your vehicle. So now with this in parking mode, you're about 24 milliamps with the draw while it's running. So it's really nice to have a camera that doesn't drain your battery.
Wow, that's exciting. But so certainly a lot of things going on. Again, your trainings are always the best attended. There's a lot of stuff that you guys can impart. Definitely want everybody to go attend your trainings.
Sure.
In appreciation of your support, and we'd like to give you this Platinum Sponsor Appreciation Award. Listen, Danny, without your support, without Firstech and GoFast partnership, none of this happens, because you're a big part of our company, and I just want to thank you personally, the entire GoFast team, for being on one of our partners.
Thank you for having us, man. Thank you. You guys are you're a great partner of Firstech.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.